Hey everyone, this is Felicia with The Book is Done. I just realized that I was so intent on finishing my books to read for the end of 2022 that I forgot to give a review for the last book that I finished for the year. So, first off, I'm sorry. Happy New Year, everyone. Secondly, I do apologize. This is like almost a week too late. I finished this book on the last day. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Um, I see what the big fuss is about the book. Um, it really was a good book. When the book was done, I had so many questions, not in a bad way, but just in general. So I'm gonna tell you now. I'm getting ready to get into the spoilers. So spoiler alert, spoiler alert. If you have not seen this book, you should. It's everywhere. It's The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It is everywhere. Walmart, Target, Barnes & Noble, local bookstore, Amazon, oh gosh, thrift books, bookshop, everywhere. You can go get it. She's everywhere. And so, with this particular book, she indeed had seven husbands. The main character's name, of course, is Evelyn Hugo, and the other main character is the writer who is interviewing her, who Evelyn sought out, Monique Grant. And Monique was working for this magazine company, and she really wasn't a struggling writer, excuse me. She really wasn't a struggling writer, but she like hadn't been to like editor in chief of the magazine or anything of that nature. So Evelyn Hugo specifically sought her out. Please forgive me if I can't talk. I'm tired and I'm not feeling my best. However, Evelyn Hugo specifically sought her out, contacted the magazine company, and was like, "If you don't give me Monique Grant, I don't want to do it." And Evelyn Hugo is like this huge Hollywood actress from like, oh gosh, her career spanned, I think, from like the 30s, 20s really, but the 30s all the way up until like the 2000s. Excuse me. So, when she's doing this interview, she's like in her 70s. She's like almost 80 degrees, Lord help, 80 years old. Um, yeah, she started in the 50s and all the way up until 2000s pretty much. And it just gave the course of her life. She basically said that she wanted for this story to be her bibliography, for people to see who the real Evelyn Hugo is, not the person that they see on screen. When I tell you, in reading this book, it had me to look at how things are done in Hollywood so differently. Like, I've heard different things in there about like how relationships are prearranged, like boyfriend girlfriend, like you just do this for a promotional stunt, make it look real, but it's promoting the movie. After the movie comes out, see how the ratings are, all of a sudden you break up, you decide to go your separate ways, that type thing. So, it was legit very live and well in this book. Like, even though it was fiction, I truly believe that's how it is in Hollywood. And so, basically, she just talks about the course of her life, how she got to, she grew up in Hell's Kitchen in New York, and her mom wanted to be like this really big actress. It was just her mom, and her dad. And I think like when she was around 10, her mom had passed away. And so they were still like in New York. She wasn't able to live out, like her mom wasn't able to live out her dream. So Evelyn was just like, you know what, in honor of my mom, I want to do X, Y, and Z. Dad was, I think it does have triggers of alcoholism, sexual, not really sexual assault, but there are just some things, physical and sexual abuse is in there. Um, but outside of that, she was like, I'm gonna do what I have to do to get out of Hell's Kitchen. So she, at 15, she meets this individual who was like a lighting person on set that had different jobs in California. So she told this lie. It was like she's 17. Long story short, she marries the guy and they go to California. So she is frequenting different places and whatnot. And she finally spoke with this producer or whatnot. And like her first marriage to the gentleman, she just told him, like, hey, I just, we've grown apart, whatever the case may be. So she goes through all of these marriages. Um, I think out of the seven, maybe two were like for real. Um, like where she really had feelings for the gentleman. But the end of the story, towards the end of the story, where, and when I say towards the end of the story, it was like, you know how it's like you read a book and it's like 50 to 75 pages to the end of the book, rather. That's when you start to get to like the meat and potatoes of everything. This legit was like down to like the last 10, 15 pages. So, I mean, the storyline throughout the book is really good. Um, it definitely keeps you entailed. I was carrying this book with me everywhere. But the ending, I don't want to give it all away, but I just felt like I understood why Evelyn did what she did, how she explained how she knew of Monique towards the end. I just felt like it could have been another way for her to reveal how she knew um, in the relationship. And, you know, I, not to say I felt like Evelyn wasted Monique's time, because I mean, ultimately she's a writer, you know what I mean, now a biographer, and she was going to write her story. But at the same point in time, it was just like how she went about that. I was like, I I just didn't think that was the best route. And she said, Evelyn said that she felt like it was her duty, that it was on her to tell Monique who she was. And I mean, I get it, because the people who needed to explain how that connection is, they had passed away. And then the ones who were still living had no idea that it happened. So I mean, I get it, but I felt like what she gave Monique towards the end of the story, if she had done that in the beginning of the book, I don't believe that Monique would have believed her. Kind of like in disbelief as she was at the end of the book, but she would have been in more disbelief. I just have questions. I just have questions about it. All in all, a good book. Like, I am a fan. I am going, I think it's, she's written several books. Taylor Jenkins Reid. She's written a lot of books. So I think I have one on my wish list where I'm just going to give it a go here in the next few months. Really, I mean, few weeks. And buy the book. But I would say with this particular book, I would give it like maybe 4 to 4.5 stars. I wouldn't give it like a full 5 stars. It didn't blow me away, but it was good enough to make an impact. Like, go buy the book. I don't know why this particular book, when she has the author Taylor Jenkins Reid, has so many other books, but this, I could see why everybody was gravitating towards this book. So I'm just gonna leave it alone, because you know, I don't want to spill it. I'm tired, y'all. Just, I don't want to spoil it for any other individuals who may be reading a book and or is interested in reading a book. Just read it. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know. Put it in the comments. Send me an email at thebookisdone@gmail.com. I will respond to any and everything. I'm excited to know what your thoughts are. But again, this book right here, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, this book is done. On to the next book, this book that I'm reading now, The Nothing Man, by Catherine Ryan Howard. I'm about a third through, so we're gonna see. It's like a book inside of a book, but the title kind of really caught my eye, The Nothing Man. And of course, it's a murder mystery. or a murder thriller. I don't know what you call these genres nowadays. I just know it was good. So go check it out. If y'all have any questions or just would like to have a discussion, hit me up. I'm more than happy to talk to any and everybody. And if you have any recommendations, let me know. I'm very open to reading a book. I have so many bookcases of to be read books. It's not even funny. But I'm always open to new suggestions. So again, this is Felicia with The Book Is Done, and I'm out.